Hey, Dustin. Hold on. There we go. Now it should be lower. Hey, Dustin. Welcome. Woo, cats. So before I got started, I've realized I have my thing set to like auto switch from, yeah, it was Megan's chair for a while. I hope the chair was doing a very good stream. That would be my goal, at least. That the chair was very entertaining. But now I'm here. I am going to add a little bit into iHog. Hey, Dragon Dust. Welcome in as well. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more into iHog, at least think about like what exactly I want to do with it. Because I got to think about like what all those buttons are going to do and all that good stuff. And Dustin did a caffeinate. And Dustin, you did that while I was not here because my chair could not caffeinate itself. I was actually making coffee as well. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot today. Anyway, happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Easter if you celebrate. If not, just happy Sunday, happy whatever holiday is happening. I don't really know quite what holiday is happening besides Easter, but you know, I don't know. Sounds like Americans not knowing what's going on besides themselves. I'm trying out something new with a light over here. You can see if I black it off, that I lose like the light on my right side of my face. And then it comes back and I look like a more filled in person. And you can kind of see it off to the side here. This little strip light. I don't really have places to mount lights. Like I don't have like C stands and all that kind of stuff you see. So basically this light here is my, is a tube light that I bought for like photography. And if you've been following me on social media, at Megan Wilson _, you've seen a lot of like the long exposure stuff. I've actually been using this tube light here to do that long exposure stuff. And then I have two lights here and yay, autofocus, man, that's really fast. Here and here, and there's one right beyond this camera. That also have some lights on them. Just little like lume cube panel light things. Anyway. The lighting person in me is super ecstatic about it. Yes, coffee is always a good idea. So let's hop into Xcode real quick. With this being said, let me pop out something real quick so I have it here. Let's hop into Xcode and see if there is anything, and just talk about like what's going to go on with the game controller. Display. There we go. Now I'm being seen. I'm really warm. I wonder if Oh, now that's cool. There we go. That's a bit better. Cool. So inside here, the last thing I did was I'm able to get actually a button. Just a button is pressed on the game controller, which is I don't know where the game. Oh, here it is. Obviously, I was very prepared for things. Oh, I was talking about my light and how I don't have places to hang it. Anyway, this tube light here that was over. This tube light that's over here that you can't see in either of the cameras right now. It's held up by magnets. So basically, I just gaff taped 2 pieces of metal to my wall. And they were here. We'll switch it real quick. I gaff taped 2 pieces of metal, and that's what this black part is here. And there's one right behind it. And that is what is able to actually hold that tube light up. And gaff tape doesn't leave as much residue or doesn't leave any residue at all on things really. So it worked out fairly well. It's working out fairly well here. All right, so on to the game controller. Right now I've figured out how to get actually values changed. Right now, if I were to hit the X button and I had if I were to hit the X button and I had had it hooked up to my iPhone and all that jazz, I would be able to get like the value and that it was pressed and all that. So now I need to kind of start more so thinking about how I want it to work with the console. I'm thinking that all the buttons around, so the PlayStation, I'm gonna go with a PlayStation button. Let's go ahead and just open up one of those windows real quick. PlayStation controllers. Images. So I'm thinking that the buttons, these X, square, triangle, circles, those are going to be what are called the kind keys. So if I run this in the simulator here, let's go ahead and run it. Dustin, if you're still in, how was your stream? Dustin just finished streaming about how to get like different video feeds and stuff in, and like if you wanted to do like co-streaming without being Twitch partner. He just finished doing all that jazz, talking about all that. And then I had to duck out pretty quickly after, just to make sure everything was okay house-wise. Soon after you actually started. All right, so the kind keys, what I'm thinking these X, circle, square, triangle keys should be, are these buttons down here, the intensity, position, color, beam. And so how I'm thinking, this doesn't mean it's right. This doesn't mean it's exactly what I want right now. But what I'm thinking is, so like X is position, I'm doing position, color, beam, and intensity, I think, or effects. I should probably put intensity instead of effects on one of these. And then each of but for right now, it's apparently effects, beam, color, position. And each one of these squares here, these what I'm calling encoders, because that's what they are on the consoles, can map to a joystick. So either the left and right, the left joystick, the right joystick can be one. And then we can do left and right triggers as another. Left and right triggers to increase, decrease, left and right buttons. So when I say triggers and buttons, I mean the back of the controllers, increase, decrease. But I don't know. And then like obviously the directional pad can do something as well for that. But I don't know if that's like too much for someone to remember. But I guess as soon as you start thinking about what you're gonna do, like, then it would be okay. And a lot of this is just me thinking out loud on what exactly I want it to do. Because I don't know exactly. Like this is someone else's request, and it's trying to think of like what actually works well with the console itself. And it's like, I really think that if I were to select effect, I hit the button, I select it. So I hit square and it selects and I do effect, then like, I don't think it's too much to think that if I move the left joystick, it's going to control that first encoder wheel. So that first button square thing on the iPad, on the phone, iPad, whatever you're using as your iOS device to run this app. Same with, I think it's just going to be like, I need really good documentation for that. I think that's going to be what's necessary. So then with that being said, I have to kind of figure out what buttons, what needs to go where after this. But first, let's get, since I'm pretty set on the gamepad being directly to those kind keys, that should be fine here with the effects, beam, color, position. But if I wanted to at the same time do, so this is position. So I actually need to figure out how to get it to send that OSC command. Can I know it was never used. That's fine. I don't think that's exactly what I want, but it might be. Oops, go back. Okay, let OSC equals OSC helper. And I think that's what I want. And the reason why I'm saying I think is because I don't completely know. Because I don't know. This is declaring a new instance of OSC. And I need it to not declare a new instance. I need it to use that same instance of OSC helper that I was already using. So in setup game control, so in this init class, when is this even called? Or when would it be called? Because even if I go into device, I call it here. So in theory, there's already talking. It's hard. So in theory, there's already a OSC device here to do this. Let's see. This music, I don't know if anyone else watching has watched Animal Crossing, but this music has some serious like Animal Crossing like island vibes going on right now. And I'm really digging it. Okay, so in here I have the game controller. I need it to pass the OSC instance that I already have, I think would be the best choice here. By passing this OSC instance, then I can, I think that'll be better in that case. Because I think that'll, because I need it to have the same IP address, the same ports, all of that to connect. So I think I need the same OSC helper because it's going to have everything. So I need to go under device. Jump to definition, please. So we have this environment object already. I think I just need to copy him. Game controller settings. Paste, maybe? And then inside game controller here, I could have a variable. Thanks, Cynthia. Welcome in. Hello. Thank you. I match my doggos. We went to the Hobby Lobby on whoops. Oh, thanks, Cynthia, for subscribing. Oh, hold on. Let's try that again. There we go. That's loud. Thanks for the 3 months. Woo. We went to the Hobby Lobby yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was Friday. We went to the Hobby Lobby Friday. And we saw these super cool bandanas that we wanted to get the dogs. Yay, Sydney. That's not what I wanted anyway. Sorry, this is what happens when I want the activity feed. Pop out. Aha, there we go. That's what I wanted. We saw these super cool bandanas and we got them for the dogs. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be the time. I am going to bring back bandanas. So I got this one with the donuts on it. And then I got like a normal blue one. But so far the donuts have been my favorite. But yeah. So we have this OSC helper. I made it private. I decided to go private just because like it's not going to be accessed via this game controller. So like there's really no point. It's going to be accessed inside the game controller. So we do, I know we haven't done this yet. Whoops. Okay, so OSC. Yep. And then we'll do self.osc equals OSC helper. Oh, nope. I need it to, boom, there. Oh, because I'm calling in, it shouldn't have to override now that I'm actually, there's like a designated. Is that better? Is it still failing? Is it because of the same reason? Okay, and now I need to call it here. OSC. Nope, stop. There we go. Cannot use instance OSC within property before it has initialized. Within property initializer. I run into this all the time. And now it's going to be like, failed to produce diagnostic. Please, cannot find self in scope. Yeah. So let's do initializer for Swift UI views. Just because. So I can't have an init. I just have to have that init go in there. So let's see. Let's try it. I don't know if this is gonna work whatsoever, but so we'll do game controller. It's gonna have a game controller class. Use lazy var, and I don't have to do this. Oh, because yes. Thank you, Dragon Dust. It looks like it works. We'll have to play with it and see if that actually is going to work. But it built. Where's my phone? Boom. All right, that's gonna pop in. Phone. Run. Let's see what happens. I need to, this is one of the things that's like on my list to learn more of, which is learn more of how like lazy, weak, and strong work. Because like, I don't know exactly, and I need to start reading about those more. Okay, oh, I didn't pair. System. No, settings. Settings, Bluetooth, DualShock. So we are connected, but okay, so this worked like yesterday. This worked on Friday where I hit the button and I got info, but it's not working now. Device, because we see it's connected, but now I'm not getting anything. Which I don't know if it's part of what I did here or if it's because of what I did in here. Let's do... That really shouldn't matter right here. Okay, we'll let it matter. And then so let's just discard change real quick. Let's do that. And let's see if this will work, get it working first before oh, build failed. Duh. And that doesn't need to be lazy for right now. I just want to make sure it works still and it's not like not working. Okay, so it works. I wonder if I was just hitting the wrong button, which I've never been known before to hit the wrong button whatsoever. So let's go try again. Uncomment out that, init, take out the override, OSC helper, self.osc equals OSC. I think I called it the wrong thing here. Build failed, is not initialized in the super. Right, and we need to actually call all of this. Actually, right there. So I think that's right. Connect. No, I'm hitting the buttons and nothing is changing. So hitting the buttons, nothing is changing down here, which is not what I want. So let's figure it out. Let's see what's going on now. I have a feeling that this super.init is not doing anything that it's supposed to be doing. I have a feeling that's what's happening since it doesn't. I wonder if I should just call init now rather than super.init. Nope. Print OSC, print init. Let's just see if it goes through all of these. Setup game. I'm just curious if it's actually going to run through all of these or if it's like the lazy var just isn't being triggered. Not now. Connect. Okay, so it's the lazy var that's not being triggered. Okay. Let's go. Lazy var in Swift UI, not initializing. What is a lazy stored property in Swift? It is triggered when you use it. Right, and so it should be, whoops. Actually, I'll get to what I wanted. There we go. It should be triggered. I see, because I'm not actually calling game controller anywhere. It's not actually initializing. I wonder if I just do this though. If I could do a private var here. And hold on, it's gonna game controller. And then we'll do, I know, we're not ready. I don't really care about the preview right now. And on appear here. Yeah, because I wasn't actually calling it. That's why it was not. So then we can do game controller equals. Nope, cannot assign to property self is immutable. Oh, because I didn't, I have to call it a state property here. Then I need to set it in it. I see. Is inaccessible due to private. What do you mean? Oh. Okay. So here's where it's inaccessible. I see, because I'm not... I would need to set it outside there. I also don't know if I'm actually even doing this right, because like as soon as... I don't know if this would actually change the game controller completely. So like if I changed... If I did the game... So I have the game controller... But if someone changes the OSC helper, would that end up changing? Yeah, because it's the same reference, right? Is that how that works? I think that's how that works. I could be completely wrong here. But they're not bind together in any way. I think I'm overthinking it. This wouldn't be the first time that I overthink something. Okay, so then I need to set it. So if I go back to lazy var here. No, I think I am way overthinking something. So if I go back to lazy var, how you had it before, how I had it before. Game controller, I'm going to copy this part that I had here. We're going to try something different. Go back to, and I'm going to follow what you said, Dragon Death here, and try it. All right, so we have game controller. That should make most of this disappear because everything is happy. So now I have to call the initializer. Is this right? Ah. Ecamm did an update, and they must have done another update to where I can't use Command Shift to change any of these things. Can I just delete? Yes, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm clearing out my hotkeys because now they're being weird. With lazy, you don't need it in the init. That's what I was thinking, but so then do I need to call it? So like it's not getting called ever. So I need to call it somewhere. So I can do like dot on appear and just use the game controller basically. I guess. Like, and then as soon as it appears, now it's actually being initialized at that point. It's like, it's doing the thing. I don't know if initialize is the right word. I mean, I don't really know if I need to do anything with it though, do I? It gets initialized when you, right, but I'm not accessing it anywhere in here. So like, so basically, I mean, from what I understood from the Apple documentation is I don't actually need to access it anywhere. I don't think that's right for what I'm saying, but like, because basically every time I push a button, it fires this registered game controller. So on Connect, it's looking for, it's not firing, but it's looking for a value that's changed in here. So I need to call, I need to basically call it or access it one time here. So I guess I could do that in the button, and it can do a, instead of printing here, connect. Oh, but I don't need it. I don't have a notification for it to do. See, because like here it registers a game controller, but that's called in the did connect. And when it does connect, that's actually, the handle controller did connect is called in my setup game controller function, which I guess I could actually just erase that and call my setup game controller here. Cannot use. Self is immutable. Yeah, so basically what I need to be able to do inside game controller is access this OSC helper class, this OSC helper, and I want it to be the same. I want it to be the same object, because basically what the game controller itself is going to do is it's going to be the same as I was pushing buttons inside the simulator. So like when I hit the square button on the PlayStation, it's the same thing as me hitting the position button here. And so I need to actually have it have the game controller. I might be thinking about this wrong. I need to have the game controller actually push the, like, call one of the functions inside my OSC helper class, basically with the same settings, with the same everything as if it was pushed on the screen rather than in the game controller. That is shortly of what I'm trying to do. I can inject it from in the init from the outside. Okay, so that's not happy there. Let's put that back. Because so basically before I put the lazy in there, it would, what would happen is I could achieve, it would register as soon as it happened, as soon as it loaded, because it called that a init class. It was able to pick it up immediately, and like as soon as I hit the square, it would register that a button was hit and I could do something. So now I'm trying to get that OSC helper to be the same in there. I messed up here. I'm gonna put this back how it was here. Discard, change, delete, breakpoint. Go back here. Because I think the initializer might be the best point for me, though, still to use. Actually, hold on. And then inside the device here, we can do OSC settings, copy that. Then that way it gets, I think that'll work. That way it gets copied in immediately right there. Not now. There we go. I mean, at least it's recognized. Now that doesn't mean it's actually being pushed. Yeah, I think, so basically what's happening here, do it in the init. I think that's basically what I ended up slightly, I didn't have to make an init here though, because basically when I call the struct, I just passed in the values that I needed to have immediately. Oh, Sydney, there is no space for you. I do not know where you're trying to go, but you should not be going there. You are stuck, ma'am. Hold on. I can share this. I can do a add cam. So my cat is literally stuck here. Sydney. She is stuck right there and does not know where to go now. She does not know where to go now that she does not have a place to go. Anyway. I just thought that was very important to say. Thank you, Cynthia. She is cute. We got her a new little collar, and this is her first time actually wearing a collar. So we'll see how this goes from here on out. All right. How long have I actually? Okay. In 10 minutes, we're gonna take the first break because I have to go check on Katie. She got her second poke, which is great, but the side effects have been hitting hard. So I have to go check on that and make sure she's actually doing okay. And make sure I'm not missing anything here. Cool. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. All right. Great. So that goes in. So the next thing I need to do is actually get it to see if this will work. So we want to do OSC dot push front panel button and the dot. I made this a, is it front button function names dot position. So basically here I can say, hey, stop. Hold on, I gotta go let her out real quick. Out. Out. Okay. Sorry. Literally the cat dictates what's happening. And so do the dogs usually, but especially the cats right now. Actually I found just in this brief time of streaming, the bandana actually helps a little bit with the headphones because my ears are not as, like, they're not directly on the ears, pushing them down onto my or whatever these are called, the temples, I think, of the glasses. So actually the bandana is proving to be more useful than just a fashion statement in me wanting to match with my dogs. Okay, so we have the button that pushes down. What is wrong? OC enclosure requires explicit to self. Okay. So Actually what we need to check is if pressed, then we send the push. Else button function names dot position dot raw value. It's kind of nifty because then you know if the button itself is actually pressed or not. And really I could, because of how this is set up, I could actually bypass this bit and do OSC and just send the actual OSC command. But since it's already set up for the buttons on the front panel, the simulated front panel on the iPhone, this totally works. Okay, stop, run. Oh, it's gonna be upset because it's locked. There we go. Not now. I really need to don't I have a counter? Maybe I don't have a counter in there. Cool. So we're still, if it's pressed, it's gonna send that, and when it's released, it's gonna send that. I wonder. Oh, I do not have it on here. Let's go download it. I need to get an app real quick because I don't have it on here. OSC you later. Super great. Super great. Super duper handy. I love it for receiving OSC in. Version 2 owners. This is a paid for upgrade. Oh, when was this released? Well, we'll see what happens. And install. Agree. Where'd it go? Open. Okay, what is it trying to do? Oh, get accessibility. Of course it's trying to get accessibility. Yeah, do it. Sure. Okay. So what I can do here is settings. OSC later in is 8000. So on my phone, what is the iPad? The version here is, what's the IP address here? It is .27. And I can change my output here to 8000. Enter. I don't know if this will actually work. This is going to test something that I've... And then, all is off, on. Oh, where'd it go? We're still empty. Let's make sure that it works though. So we're going to go into programming, button push. No, we're not getting any button pushes. So I probably did something wrong here. Device. Oh, I put it in the wrong port. You would think that this is something I do for support all the time. Off, on. Aha. So now we got iHog is connected. Look at that. It worked. So when I push down and I release, we get two different things. And if I click this little button here, click here, I hit the little eye, we will see when I push down, it's going to go all the way up. And when I let go, it goes all the way down. So that is super duper nifty. Yeah. Sorry, I get a little bit excited when I get something like that working. Thanks Dragon Death for helping me get through that. Because that definitely was a effort that that was helpful. All right, so that's there. So that works for position. Let's go ahead and get the others. So basically we're gonna do the exact same thing, but I still don't think I really need this because I'm not actually doing anything with the controllers. We're gonna go ahead and comment this out. We'll just copy effect, position, color, beam. I think that should be enough. So we have position, effect, position, color, and then we have one more already for beam. Okay, so now we just need to change these from position to color, beam, and effect. Oh, that's beam, color, position. Oops, we'll just do it there. Effects. Or yeah, that should be what I need to actually trigger those. Stop. Let's see. So what we should see in OSCU later, after I discard that, one, my OSC did not stay toggled on. Now, if I hit the square, we get that. We're still getting position on the triangle. And the circle. Oh, because everything is recognized, but I'm hitting the wrong button. It's great. So this one is actually position button. Color button. And here we say instead of position, we say color. We have the beam button. So instead of position, we have beam. Whoops. Where is effects? Did I miss that? I know. I already purchased it though. So we'll just let that position. Oh, here it is. Effects. Value. Bam. That should now get us the 4 different buttons to hit. And then I have to go read how to do joystick buttons, but not yet. Not now. Off, on. Color, beam, effect. Woo! You did. You did. She was yelling outside the door. Do you want to say hi? Sydney. Can you talk? No, we're not going to talk. Okay. Are you done? Can you go away? Bye. Sometimes, like, her and I have full-blown conversations where she's like, me! And, like, back and forth the entire time. But apparently, today was not that day. She never wants to do it on camera, though. I've tried several times to get that to go on camera, but it never works. Sit. Sydney! Cynthia said hi! She ran away already. I'm sorry, Cynthia. I did tell her that you said hi, though. I don't know. She's a little bit of a mess sometimes. I don't know what to say about her. All right, so we know the buttons work. We have color, so we can see this button could change. Beam, position, effect, which is great. That's exactly what I needed. Yay. All right, so those are changing. The next thing to really figure out is the I need to figure two things out. Number one is the, well, I need to figure out how I'm gonna send buttons for that first encoder wheel. And then number two, I need to figure out how to do the, track, these things, the joysticks, that's what they're called. So let's go into wonderful Apple development. So I'm really excited. Developer game controller. So I'm really excited. I have two tomorrow and Tuesday. I'm off of work. Oh my gosh, she's going crazy. There's wind outside and it's insane. But tomorrow and Tuesday, I'm off of work. Tomorrow I'm gonna go get my second shot this time. And then on Tuesday though, control movement along a particular axis. Is that what I wanted? I don't think that's what I want. I want controller element maybe. And what this is gonna allow me to actually do and then on Tuesday I'm off of work in case I get side effects like Katie has unfortunately right now. Left joystick equals gamepad dot thumbstick. D. Okay, well that was easy. And we're gonna, so I have those days off, which is really nice. So that I can, so that I can like rest and recuperate from, you know, the wonderful shot. And then, but also I get to do a bit of, I'm gonna work on my some new YouTube videos. I'm sorry, that's taken so long. This is what happens when I'm trying to do like 5 things at once. But I get to also do some new YouTube videos, which will be really cool. I have 2 already scripted out. And then I have to also read and get prepared for Friday. So next Friday is gonna be my second in my series of my new book club thing that I'm doing. I'm gonna, so like 2 weeks, not last Friday, but the Friday before that, I did a live stream over the first 3 chapters of Show Your Work. I'll do the next 3 and then the next 3 until I'm done, basically. Every other week. And then once I'm done with Show Your Work, I'll go on to a different book. It's something fun, keeps me reading. Hopefully it's useful to people other than me. But yeah. So I think that would be really fun. But so make sure to tune in and go follow my YouTube video for that, because that is where that live stream is. Okay, so a controller element associated with a directional pad or a thumbstick. So that's what that is. Oh, interesting. So I can get both. The X and Y different, but the issue is I need to be able to get left and right thumbsticks. Okay. So if I go in here, I can do GC controller direction pad. Is it direction pad? Maybe? I don't know. Encoder 1 equals gamepad dot. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm so stupid. Sometimes I forget about this like abstraction level And that is something that's really hard for me to grasp sometimes. So sometimes it's super hard for me to grasp the abstraction level inside code. I don't know why. It's just something that I just don't always get. So I was taking the GC controller direction pad just way too literally. So I would go from, I was like, but like, how do I get the left joystick from the right joystick? Well, the GC controller direction pad is literally just a class or a struct or whatever that represents a joystick. I then have to assign it another thing to actually know if it's left or right. All right. Anyway, I just wanted to really emphasize that I get stuck there because I'm sure I'm not the only one that gets stuck on the, like, how far to abstract it. So we get encoder 2. We'll go ahead and do encoder 3. So there's only 2 joysticks on here. So we have left and right. So I think the top and left buttons should be 3 and 4. And then we'll do left and right on the directional pad, I think should be enough. Okay, so let's do, that should be a GC controller button input, I think. 4 or 5. Actually, this might be GC controller direction pad. So these are going to be joysticks. Buttons. And then we'll have here, this will be the left, right button. Left, right trigger. Triggers, buttons. And then this will be direction pad. Like, that actually makes sense to be a direction pad. All right, so then if it's like and the reason why you want to abstract it out like this is because if someone, oh my goodness, I have both cats now. Pyro, there's definitely no space for you. Oh my goodness, they're being a mess. Okay, sorry. The reason why I want to abstract it out like this is if I want to support other controllers that just aren't just like the DualShock type, like there's like a microcontroller or whatever, like then I can be more specific and say, okay, I want these specific buttons to go to this specific action. Right off the back though, I'm only gonna make it, I'm hoping it'll get past Apple's approval to be able to do this way. We'll see what happens. Just making sure I'm not, great. And I do this every time where I just hide Safari and I really need to just keep it open. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So, and it's all complaining right now that nothing has actually been used yet because it hasn't. And even variable 1, it was written to, but it's never read, which fair, it's not. So let's go ahead and get these assigned. Encoder 3 equals gamepad dot left, right. So encoder 3 is supposed to be the left and right button. Oh, I see. Okay, so we might have to do something. We might have to think about this a little bit more. Left shoulder. So this should be like encoder 3 decrease. Yeah. Increase. Increase. No, I only need 2. Duh. Okay. So we have encoder 3 decrease, encoder 3 increase. I need to basically do the same thing for 4. If you guys are new and just joining, hi, welcome. I'm Megan. I work on iOS apps, which is what you're seeing here. That way, here on screen. I work on iOS apps on my streams. I like to do it. It's something fun. I'm not a full-time app developer. I'm kind of learning this as I go as much as possible. I work in the lighting industry actually for a company that makes lights at concerts, theaters, stuff like that. It's been a fun time. But on top of that, I really like iOS development on the side. At some point, this will make its way over to macOS development. I also have a YouTube channel where I like to put things that I learn into content that people don't have to sit around for hours to watch. So yeah. But on top of that, that's what I'm doing here is I'm just working on an app that I have in the App Store. I'm trying to get game controller support on a non-game app. So we'll see how that goes. And then, yes, that's what's going on here. Feel free, drop hi in the chat if you're new, drop hi in the chat if you're old, or I shouldn't say old, if you've been around for a while, and have watched and all that kind of stuff. I like meeting new people. I like talking to new people. So make sure you join the Discord. Hey, Cynthia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. So make sure you join the Discord if you're really interested, if you want to, because I think it's fun. We talk about lots of things in there, mainly coffee, hence why there's a coffee. There's going to be a coffee cup emote at some point. So yeah, make sure to drop by, say hi, join the Discord, all that good stuff. And I think that's what I got to say. Ooh, that's fun. You're playing WoW with some of Dylan's friends. That's okay. You can be quiet. It's no big deal. I understand. There's lots of things going on Sunday. Are y'all doing a good job? I know nothing of World of Warcraft besides like what I've watched you stream. Are y'all having fun? Are you doing a good job? I don't even know if like good job is actually a term I should be saying completely. Like, I'm assuming you can do a good job in WoW. So encoder 4 decrease. Oh, good. I'm glad. How long have it? No, I bet you don't struggle. I bet you also do a good job and you are helpful. All right, encoder 5 equals gamepad dot D-pad. Oh, that's interesting. So I can get it specifically. Okay, anyway. Nah, yeah, I bet you don't just struggle. I bet you're actually pretty good too. I mean, you're definitely better than you're from what I see, it looks like you do a good job. I know. So, Cynthia, I'm sure you are doing a good job. All right, so effects, position, color, beam. Of course. All right, so let's do encoder. Oh, mark. All right, so we have encoder wheel changes here. I might actually end up breaking this out into something else in a sec. Actually, I'm gonna take a quick break. It's been about an hour. I need to go and check on things and all that kind of stuff. So let me take a quick break. Make sure to join the Discord. That chat just dropped. I will be right back. I will probably have the cats will probably make their way on here. All that good stuff. Okay, I'm back. Let me lower the music a bit. All right, so I'm back. Cynthia, you said you hope Katie is feeling okay today. Katie is actually feeling a bit like crap today. She's been running a fever and all that kind of stuff, like that normally happens with the side effects, or like what you read the side effects are about. So that's been happening, and that's what I was like, I have to run away real quick and I have to go check. So yeah, it's been a fun time in the Wilson household here. Figuring all that out and getting all that. Yeah, it does suck. I mean, I'm sure she'll be fine. We just gotta get it all through here. Yeah, and like, this is why that feeling that she's feeling is why I did I took a work day the next day, just because like I didn't want to have to call in sick. I wanted to be able to like just have the day, and if I don't get sick, like if I don't have side effects the next day, I can always cancel and just be like, oh no, I'm popping into work, it's fine. I don't think I will though, even if I do feel better. Not that I don't mind going to work, not that I don't know. All right, so let's hop into their game. So so right now I kind of left at joysticks. We're gonna figure out how joysticks works, all that fun stuff. So that's what I'm doing here is I'm going through Apple's like sample code on how this works, which is great. It's been a fun time figuring this out, and actually that's what got me a lot of what I was looking for. And then here is actually where I got all of this from. Okay, so... Oh, so they just use this as the same. Well, that makes sense. Okay, let's do... See, this is what I was talking about, how there's different game controllers. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I was on mute. Then there's like double mute. It's great. Sorry, the cat, like, I don't know. You could probably go and see, like, if you go back like 2 or 3 minutes, you can actually, it looks like, probably see the cat actually like throw up in my stream, which is awful. So I had to go clean that, which was great. You know, everyone loves cleaning cat stuff when this happens. Anyway, so let's just keep a rolling real quick, and keep going. It's been a great time. Cairo, literally, I don't know what to do with her. She is just a mess. Like, it really, it was quite bothersome that she did that. Anyway. Okay, so the gamepad left changes that. And it just goes by the x-axis and the y-axis. So does that mean I have to do more math? I have started despising the math, but so I feel like it's probably a little much to have the people like remember that like up and down on the first joystick, is going to control that first encoder wheel, and then left and right would control the second, and then it would go up and down would control the third, left and right would control the fourth, and the fifth could do something different, like with the directional pad. I feel like that's just a little much though, but it does leave more buttons open. But we'll leave it as it is and see what happens first. Okay, so we have up and down going. So I need to actually get that to change. So where is that actually? Can I go to callers? Caller. That's in renderer. So if I can do encoder 1 dot, what's dot? That's not really... Okay, value or button. Well, I don't really need that. I just need value. The button doesn't really matter anyway. I don't really use it. Oh, no, I don't really use it. But okay, we'll just call that something. We're trying new things, people. New things. Moved joystick. It's gonna be like me. Upset now. Sydney, stop. Okay. What am I missing? See, I don't think this is what I want. Let's do... Okay, so there should be a value change handler. Hold on. Okay, so then we do this. Void in. Enter. Print. Value. And this value is going to be upset though. And the value is going to be upset. Let's do float. I don't know. It takes in the direction pad, a float, and the float. So for the x-axis, the y-axis. Okay, so then I need to do the direction pad. Underscore direction pad is GC controller direction pad. X value, is that right? Yeah, and then Y value. ambiguous of value. So let's do X value. That should work. I was gonna be upset because I haven't changed anything, but that's okay for right now. Not now. Connect, turn off, turn on. Ooh, look, we're printing. That's pretty cool. That is pretty freaking cool. We are getting values here. And nothing prints on left and right, on up and down, because nothing's gonna go up and down, because it's all up here, which is pretty stinking cool, I think. Okay, well, this is actually really good. Yeah, I'm actually super duper excited. So, okay, so we have the X value, which is really, I don't know. Does it really matter if it's the X or Y value? That's something I have to think about. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the encoders in, and then I can figure out what I want to do there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do 2 changes. Wait, well, actually, the rest can't do this. Now that should get me encoder wheel 1 and encoder wheel 2 at the same time, which is pretty neat. Let me go ahead and get this committed. Actually, it's been a while since I've done a commit. Just a little bit about me, because it's been a little bit since I did an intro, and I think there might be some new people out here. Again, make sure if you're new, drop hi in the chat. I'd be super happy to say hi. My name's Megan Wilson, hence the name, wherever the username is, Megan Wilson. I work on iOS apps on stream. I really enjoy it. I think it's really useful. Part of the reason I do it is because it's what I wanted. I wanted to see how and why people and developers choose what they do. So that's what I did. I decided, since I couldn't really find it out there in the world, I decided I would go and do it myself. So that's, here we are live streaming my app iHog. It's a remote control app, basically to control. It's an app that's used to control a controller of lights. So it's a control for a controller. It has a lot of features that I wish that were in the console, like that we had, that was a first party app, like that a third person didn't have to go and make. But alas, they have not made an app like that. So I decided I wanted these features. I decided to make the app that I wanted and then put it on the App Store for people to use. And right now it is on the App Store. You can go and find it, iHog 4 by Megan Wilson. And you can go and even download it. Unless you know what a hog console is, I don't think it's going to be very useful to you. But if you want to download it and pay some money, like, I'm not going to stop you. But again, I don't think it's quite useful unless you're like a lighting person that's using hog 4 consoles. But it's been a fun time. So I need to figure out my commit message. Buttons, all register, and send out OSC. Commit, push. Cool, so that's pushing up. So a little bit of a run through on how I work a little bit. So I put everything in Git. This is actually open source. I believe you should be able to find my stuff if you type in !Git. Yeah, there's my GitHub. Feel free to to go and peruse the GitHub. But everything is there. So if we go to that GitHub, github.com/iHog4. We go in there. We actually have everything in here that you can find. I need to edit that link. That link does not work anymore. But anyway, so you can go and find it all there. Find all the code that I have. I have the master branch, which is what's currently on the App Store. And then there's two other branches. 2021-3 is the next release, and that's what's currently in test flight right now. So my beta users can actually go, and whatever's in the 2021-3 branch, that is what the beta users have access to right now. Then you have the game controller branch, and that's what I'm currently working in, which is trying to figure out how to get my PlayStation controller here to work with the app, which has been a fun doozy. Like, something that I learned during all of this, game controllers don't work on the simulator, I guess because Mac OS wants to pick that up. But I had to connect to a device myself at that point in time, which is fine. I just didn't know that at first. It was just something I had to learn. So I'm going to, at some point, put together probably a blog post also that describes all of that. Anyway, so it works in Git. I work off of a main branch, the master branch. I then do branches for each version, and then for each feature inside that version goes into its own branch as well, which is fun. And then on top of that, another thing I do is I use what's called Bitrise to do sorry, y'all. I do Bitrise so that it can automatically get pushed up to Xcode if I want, and it also automatically increases my build numbers. So right here, we can see that's actually the commit I just sent. And if we go in here, we can see that there is actually something I should be able to pull down. And my build number is now one more than it was before. So my build number, the last time I built on the simulator was 72. It is now... Go there. Thank you. iHog. Oh, goodness. Info or general. It is now 74. I know. Oh, see you later. You want me to... I can quit that now. So now it's 74 instead of 72. So that it's done some builds since I built last and pulled down. Which just makes it a little bit easier so I don't have to remember to update my build number all the time. It just does it automatically for me, which is cool. All right, so we have that done. We have game controller. We have joysticks are coming through. They're definitely gonna need... Whoops. It's gonna need some work for me to work on to do that. Because I need to actually figure out how to get those numbers. So as long as, I feel like as long as it changes, then it can send in. As long as I'm receiving a value, then we're gonna keep doing that. So while there's an X value, so can I just, hold on, this might, well, true. This might be a total disaster, but we're gonna try it anyway. I have to send it a value. Okay. So we're gonna do self.osc here. Let's just do X value. Nope. Oh, it needs a double. Okay. I picked up Swift as like my main is my oh, I do need OSCU later now. I picked up Swift. I really like Swift. So I am self-taught also. I don't have a computer science degree with this. I don't have a software engineering degree. This has all been me figuring it out. Nothing is happening right now because this well is apparently being. This may or may not work. That's not working. So let's just see if we can. From that. So I picked up Swift as like in iOS development. I'm self-taught. I really enjoy development. I really enjoy building an app, and I've enjoyed every process with it and having to learn new things. So we'll see how long this lasts. This enjoyment lasts. Yeah. So then, oh, where'd OSC later go? You. See, the deal is it's only sending, unless you keep nudging, it just keeps sending. So I feel like I should just have it while X value equals 1 or X value equals -1. Then we do something. So let's try this. While X value is greater than or equal to 1 and X value is less than or equal to 1, then we run this OSC encoder wheel. Not now. So that should keep going. Oh, but it's not stopping. Well, that's fun. And that locked everything up on my phone. So that's cool. Oh, because that's always true. That should be -1. All right, so I made a forever loop. Not a forever loop. I forgot what exactly they're called, but I made one of those loops, which is great. Off, on. There we go. Down. Nope. It's still just receiving that value. Oops, come back. Okay, so it's not getting it for some reason. Let's just command / real quick. Print. I wonder if it's not working because it's trying to do it on an integer. Okay, let's try again. Let's see what happens. Not now. On. No, it's still. So we can see that positions coming through. We can see that color, beam, effect are all coming through, but I've now lost that. Why? Why did I lose it? Okay. Man, the unregistered thing has actually like really. I already own it. Let's see. Where do I have it? Thorgian, Cairo, our pets. Oh man, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. OSCU. Sorry, you can see me while I do this. I just don't want to. Did I not put it in my? I did not. Are you kidding me? Okay, well that's fine. Let's go find it in my Gmail real quick. See you later. All right, I think actually this is where I'm gonna call it. I'm trying to figure out where stuff is, and I gotta get licenses figured out. I don't know why that's not working. I think this is probably an excellent time for me to call it. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure hit that follow button so you get notified when I go live. Join my YouTube channel, or sorry, subscribe to my YouTube channel also, because that is a whole fun of. I don't know why my YouTube channel's links never go in. I just don't. It should. Hold on. Now I'm like, I want this to work because it should work. Twitch. And I don't know why this doesn't work. Anyway, make sure you join my YouTube channel. Make sure you join. And when I say join, I mean subscribe. Make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel. Please hit the follow button. It'll help you if you want to know when I go live again. It'll help me because, you know, followers, I guess, are good. No, I like followers. I like talking to people. I like meeting new people. So please join in on the fun, join the Discord, all that good stuff. And let me see. I'll just get the YouTube link right away. Organization info, copy. There it goes. There's the YouTube link. Please follow, subscribe there. There's going to be a couple new videos this week to watch over Git. There's one more over Git, and that'll probably conclude my Git series unless y'all really want me to talk about more about Git. And then there's going to be a live stream there on Friday going through chapters 4 through 6 of Show Your Work. So with that being said, I will catch y'all later. Bye.